The Caspian region has a strategic importance to the coastline countries because of its natural resources and transport potential. The settlement of a status of the Caspian Sea has been a long-awaited event for the 5 littoral republics. Presidents of Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Iran, Russia and Turkmenistan signed the Convention on the Legal Status of the Caspian Sea last year in Aktau at the 5th Summit of the Caspian Littoral States. The parties reached a consensus on delimitation of the water area into zones with different regimes. Moreover, an agreement was reached on freedom of transit to other seas and oceans.
So we now are more confident that with the diplomatic skill that has been exerted, and in fact the successful outcome.
Diplomats from Kazakhstan and Iran recently met in London to talk about the prospects of cooperation under the Convention on the Legal Status of the Caspian Sea. The British Kazakh Society acted as the organizer of the meeting. The parties discussed ways to cooperate in trade, transit transport, culture and tourism. Special attention was paid to the importance of preserving the unique ecosystem of the Caspian Sea.
I've learned about the history of the wildlife in the sea, of the difficulties encountered in recent years in the agricultural industry of the sea, meaning the fish industry.
The possibilities of the Kurek and Aktau ports were highlighted in the meeting. The meeting participants also talked about Kazakhstan's active work in the development of transcontinental transportation between Europe and Asia. Many global projects are associated with the name of the first president of Kazakhstan, Nur-Sultan Nazarbayev. One of the projects aims to preserve the Sirdarya River and the northern part of the Aral Sea. It is implemented in the Kazlorda region. The first man-made sea, called the Small Aral, appeared thanks to the new project. This is a unique example of revival of a lake and its stocking. This was previously impossible to achieve, experts say. The project is estimated at $86 million. We've managed to create this small Aral. Today, the volume of the reservoir amounts to 27 billion cubic meters. The previous volume was only 15 billion cubic meters. The result of this work exceeded all the expectations. Due to the high concentration of salt in the sea, only flounder could survive until 2000. Now there are 23 species of fish in the small Aral. Moreover, the Kokoral Dam was built as part of the water project. The 300-meter dam with a 140-meter slope has been effective for almost a decade and a half. 8,000 to 8,500 tons of fish are caught each year. Volumes contributed to the development of fishing and fish processing farms. As a result, the local fishermen have returned to their origins, to their traditionally established crafts. And this in return was an impetus to solve some social problems. Jasluh Dirjanov is a fisherman. He was an only child when he started fishing with his father. Growing older, he's observing how the sea has been revived. The destiny of the Aral Sea has always been under close supervision of the first president of Kazakhstan, Nur-Sultan Nazarbayev. I want to thank him. We've got a chance to save part of the sea. The small Aral Sea appeared due to the successful implementation of the project on preserving the sea. There are some fish, and the fishing industry has been revived. Now the water level in northern Aral Sea is rising. Over the past 5 years, fish production in the region has grown 30%. The products of the local fish processing farms are exported to European countries. Dynamic and mutually beneficial relations between Kazakhstan and the United States include a wide range of industries. Both countries cooperate in several areas, including agriculture and horticulture. The Burabai Research and Production Center of Grain Farming started collaborating with a well-known American company. It will export sprinklers of new generation to Kazakhstan. The volume of investments is estimated at approximately 200 million tenge. The parties are going to implement a number of other large-scale projects.
Суармалы тәжірибе жасау, екінші үлкен технологияны, генетикалық технологияның селекцияға керек
We will share the experience in land irrigation. Foreign technologies will be introduced as well. The two parties have agreed on these. We also have reached an agreement on training of our specialists. This means that Kazakh specialists will have training in the United States and American specialists can come to Kazakhstan.
Ғалымдарды ол жаққа оқытып, олардың ғалымдары бізге келіп, кішкене трансферт коммерциализацияға үйретеді бізді.
A season for kymyz therapy treatment with fermented dairy drink has started in Kyrgyzstan. This is one of the country's most popular areas in ecotourism. Hundreds of guests come to local sanatoriums to maintain their health by drinking mare's milk. Resorts of Kyrgyzstan are very popular among foreign tourists. It is believed that kymyz relieves the body from toxins and strengthens immunity. Usually people drink it when they have digestive disorders and cold. The drink should be consumed warm. This way it preserves all the nutrition elements. It's been 9 years since Kaliman comes here every year to have a kymyz therapy. I came with my grandchildren this time. We've been here 5 days already. I can now feel how my body is getting younger and cleaner. I'm 70 years old now and I'm planning to live at least 20 years more thanks to this treatment. We follow a healthy lifestyle, so we will keep coming here. This is a beautiful place. There are nearly 100 households offering services of kymyz therapy during the season in the Bishkek region in Kyrgyzstan. Experts say that this tourist area has all the prospects for growth. Experts of the United Nations World Tourism Organization listed some of the most promising tourism destinations. Tajikistan was ranked first in the list. One of the most popular destinations in Tajikistan among travelers is the Gissar fortress. Today, archaeologists call it the open-air museum. Every stone in the fortress has a 1,000-year history. I'm in culture shock from hospitality of the Tajiks. For 3 days, they treated tourists and guests very well. I remember when I was given a full backpack full of fruits and cheese balls from the market. The Great Silk Road used to pass through this fortress. Merchants from Asia and the Mediterranean used to trade here. Today in the marketplace, the guests are offered products of artisans, including engravers, potters, painters, and jewelers. We bring semi-precious stones from Shugnan region and Pamir. We also bring clay souvenirs from Shakhrinav. In return, local craftspeople make musical instruments and national costumes. A museum is located in this ancient medrese. The exhibition presents utensils, clothes, and books of different eras. The most popular exhibit is a large antique jug. Tourists throw coins into the jug for good luck. Many people believe that this jug, which is already more than 2,000 years old, makes wishes come true. More than 17,000 guests have visited Gissar since the beginning of the year. This is 30% higher than in the last year. Travelers come from China, Russia, and America. The National Museum of Kazakhstan is preparing a unique cultural program dedicated to the Day of the Kazakh Capital. The program includes exhibition of famous paintings of popular Kazakh and foreign artists, as well as young masters, an international forum of writers, and the exhibition of masterpieces of contemporary Kazakh painters. These events are scheduled from July 2nd to 6th. In the collection of the museum fund, residents and visitors will be introduced to works of famous Kazakh artists such as Abilkhan Kasteyev, Zhanatay Shardenov, and Gul Fairuz Ismailova. In addition, a number of creative meetings and masterclasses will take place during the festive week. Kazakhstan's National Museum is set to offer an eventful cultural agenda ahead of the Day of the Kazakh Capital. We are planning to hold 3 large exhibitions as part of the celebrations. Other events include museum lessons, lectures, and tours dedicated to Kazakhstan's capital. Our museum visitors will have the chance to attend these events. The National Museum is visited by more than 300,000 visitors every year. Popular destinations include the Hall of Gold, ethnography, as well as ancient and medieval history. The 4th Ethno Festival, titled The World of the Nomads, starts on June 28th in Nur-Sultan. Residents and guests of the city will be introduced to rich Kazakh and Turkic heritage during the 3 days of the event.
Основная цель данного фестиваля – это создать новый центр притяжения туристов, которые интересуются.
The main goal of this festival is to create a new attraction center for tourists who are interested in culture, customs, and traditions of our people. We want to increase the number of foreign and domestic tourists who can visit the capital city during these summer months. It will be possible due to this event.
Мероприятие увеличить количество зарубежных туристов и внутренних туристов, которые могут посетить вот в эти летние месяцы столицу нашей страны.
Teams from 10 countries such as Azerbaijan, Turkey, Bulgaria, Iran, South Korea, Russia, Kyrgyzstan, Mongolia, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan will attend the event. The festival will feature lots of ethnic sports events, equestrian performances, competitions between traditional wrestlers, archers, and eagle hunters.
Одной из задач, которые мы ставим перед собой, является популяризация вот этих обычаев, традиций, в том числе.
Popularization of customs and traditions, including martial arts of ancient Turks, among the Kazakh people is one of our goals. We target young people. Teams that have arrived are a good example of how to do this and how to cultivate this culture. They help to turn it into a very good and noble hobby.
Как это можно превратить в такое очень хорошее и благодарное хобби.
Various masterclasses in felting, leather processing, as well as working with silver and clay will be organized as part of the event. Costumes of eras of the Sakas, Huns, Kanguis, Scythians, and Sarmatians will be presented as well. The guests will be offered traditional dishes and drinks in yurts and tents. Burabai has joined the top 5 most popular holiday destinations among the members of the Commonwealth of Independent States. More than 1 million tourists visit the resort every year. The number of tourists will grow up to 3 million by 2025, the experts project. Implementation of a development plan for the Shortan the Burabai resort zone is well underway. New recreational facilities and roads are built to create the necessary infrastructure and conditions for the comfortable stay of the tourists.
Кемпинговый зона жағынан деген дамыту деген қарастырып жатырмыз.
Construction of additional tent areas is planned for people who love camping. Many tourists from Russia prefer this kind of recreation. Therefore, we're planning to focus on it. I'm sure this will help increase the flow of tourists.
Деген біздің туристер деп өсет деп санаймыз.
400,000 people visited the region last year. According to forecasts, the number of tourists will increase to 600,000 this year. Fresh air, beautiful nature, and numerous recreation places give unforgettable memories to all the travelers. Families come here to relax from the bustle of big cities. We came from the Kızılorda region to Burabai with our children and grandchildren to have some rest. It is a beautiful place.
Біздер бүгін отбасымызбен осы Бурабайға келіп қалдық. Енді Бурабайдың таза ауасы.
I'm here in Burabai with my family. The resort area is a high-class sanatorium where people can get treatment. The air is so clean.
Басты ерекшеліктерінің бірі ауасының өзі сөзбен айтып жеткізе алмайды.
Бурабай тамаша. Енді мына жерде мен Бурабайға келіп бір таң қалғаным.
Burabai is wonderful. Many foreign travelers vacation here. They try on the Kazakh traditional clothes and take pictures. These memories will last them forever and become vivid moments. I'm proud of my country by seeing all this.
Шетелдіктерді көріп, өзімнің еліме деген сүйіспеншілігім өте арта түсті.
Along with construction of hotels, new roads are being built that will connect the Burabai, Zirende, Imantau, Shalkhar resort areas. Moreover, soon here there will be lots of bike paths. A new resort will be built near the Burabai village. A publication titled Theory of Literature has been presented in Almaty as part of the new humanitarian education 100 new textbooks in the Kazakh language project. The 4-volume anthology includes publications of 70 literary scholars. Works of people such as Kazım Jumaliyev, Zeynullah Abdolov, and Zaki Akhmetov have been included in the new collection. Ahmet Baytursunov's literary manifestation can be found in the collection as well. Books cover a big period from the 19th century to the present day. This anthology is a fundamental basis for preparation of modern philologists, experts say.
Бұның үлкен жаңалығы ғылым қазір батыста пәнаралық байланыс негізінде дамиды.
The good news is that science is developing in the West based on the interdisciplinary communication. This is not only a connection between humanities, there's a new era at the junction of the humanities and the science. In the West, for example, there's a theory of evolutionary literature or the concept of Darwinian literary criticism. This literature is based on a combination of literary studies and biology.
Биологиямен ұштастырудың арқасында пайда болып отыр.
The presentation of the first folklore collection of agriculture took place in the capital of Kazakhstan. It is based on the farming experience of the Kazakhs. Legends and mysterious stories play a significant role in the book. Thematic proverbs, short stories, and tales about the local settlements and horticultural crops are included. The collection has been published in 10,000 copies in the Kazakh language. The book will be translated into Russian and English.
Аңыздардың өзі 3 бөлімнен тұрады. Оларда біріншісінде ертегілік сипаттағы
We divided the legends into 3 categories. The first ones tell the stories of farmers. The second ones are about historical figures and places, for example, places like Turkestan. The third one is a collection of myths and legends, including the story of Adam. The main goal of the project is to increase people's interest in farming and to develop a respectful attitude towards nature.
деген секілді, яғни осындай сипатта ішінде аңыз әфсаналар жинақталған.
Virtual reality will be created in the museum of the Burabai village in the Urjar district of East Kazakhstan region. The museum promises to be truly innovative. Recently, it has been replenished with new exhibits. A copy of the Golden Man is one of the significant exhibits. All the valuable artifacts will have the assigned QR codes through which the visitors can get information about every artifact from the electronic media, experts say. Today, over 3,000 items are presented in the museum.
Бұл музейдің негізгі мақсаты Қазақстанның, Шығыс Қазақстанның.
The main goal of our museum is to collect the historical heritage, particularly the household items, clothes, attributes, and documents. We want to collect every item that was preserved by the inhabitants of Eastern Kazakhstan from their ancestors. I think it is necessary to introduce the foreign guests to these historical artifacts.
Меймандарымызға, өзіміздің отандастарымызға таныстыру.
The International Symposium of Artists took place in the Aral Sea region as part of the modernization of Kazakhstan's identity program. 20 talented artists from Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Russia and domestic masters took part in the event. They exchanged their experience and created new canvases within few days. The masters displayed beauty of the Great Steppe as well as the life and creativity of the Kazakhs. Later, the works of the symposium participants were presented at an exhibition in the Kazlorda Art Gallery.
Это связь поколений, то есть передача знаний от старшего поколения младшему. Это очень.
It is a connection of generations. This means that knowledge passes down from the older generation to the younger generation. This is a very worthy big goal. I am pleased to take part in such events. Moreover, I have some knowledge to share.
Уже есть чем поделиться, уже можно как бы передавать свои знания.
An artist from Nur-Sultan, Renat Yelubayev, has incredible skills. He can paint with his eyes closed. Fans of the master compare him with Michelangelo and Salvador Dali. The Kazakh artist has already become the star of a Russian televised show. From his memory, he drew a painting by French artist Pascal Prat. I showed how I can paint with my closed eyes in the show in Moscow. Everyone was amazed. They wondered how I did it. No one has demonstrated such abilities before. This is how I became a finalist of the Russian show. A human can do everything, assures Renat Yelubayev. The Kazakh artist has repeatedly taken part in Republican and international exhibitions. His colleagues speak highly of the works of the talented impressionist. Renat's works can be recognized immediately, the professionals highlight. What an impressionist should I compare Renat with? A painting by Claude Monet comes to my mind. It's called A Woman with a Parasol. There's an impression of a sunrise. All these colors are present in Renat Yelubayev's paintings. Renat Yelubayev organized his first solo exhibition at the age of 30. He has presented his works abroad as well. Moreover, the artist is also a poet and a film director.